Hi, this is Kevin with KGM Jam, owner of Pro Advertisers Club, a totally free site to advertise. Go to ProAdvertisersClub.com and join for free today and start advertising for free. Okay, um, let's go look at the daily numbers. Now, this is this Splinterlands to 10,000. This is my own thing. This has nothing to do with Splinterlands. I am trying to get, by the beginning of next year, an asset value of $10,000, and that's after paying myself back for my investment. My current investment is $444. I've bought a total of 89 packs. 6 I bought with DEC, so that was in-house, so it doesn't go towards my total. But that is, as of today, right now, my total amount invested. Now you can pause this. I've got this as transparent as possible with the numbers, and you can see each date. I didn't start recording the video till the 7th. I joined in January, beginning of January. So today's the 9th, and as of this morning, the asset value was 736, 121 cards. This went up. That's always good. You want this always going up. $46 SPS value for a total profit after I paid myself back $340. So I still got a long way to go, but I still got a lot of time, and the markets are down. So when the markets are down, and this number, which is all it does is it assigns a value to your cards, and then when you add it up, you can it's a good indication, a rough shot, snapshot of if your deck is getting more powerful and more valuable. So you want this number to always go up. Now, I was up to a high of 80, and then I did a strategy change, which I talked about in the last few videos. So I kind of reset a little bit, but it's now going back in the right direction. The numbers are up, even though things are down. So, and here's the rules I go by. You can just pause that and look at that. So every day in the videos, the two fun things first is I do my death quest and get my reward. And since I'm silver, I get 2 chests now. Once you get to silver, you start getting 2. When you get higher, you can get 3, 4, etc. And then we're going to open up a pack, which I don't have to open up packs to do this. I'm doing it for the video and because I'm a packaholic like a lot of people. So I figured 1 pack a day opening, it'd be fun to show up and watch me open it at the beginning of the video. And then the rest of the video, I just talk about how you can make money on this site. As far as the gameplay goes, I'll start making videos in the evening when I do some battling and buying and selling and show you how I do that. But right now, there's just so many other YouTubers who are much better at it. You can go watch them to learn the gameplay. But for right now, I just pretty much talk about the money side of it. So let's claim the reward for today. Now, you can do that once every 24 hours. So as soon as you complete the quest, which is just 5 victories in whatever they're asking you to do the victory in, the type, the type element or whatever, then it starts a 24-hour clock. Now, once you get to silver, you can get cards, gold cards. I don't know if you can get packs yet. I might have to go a little bit higher. I mean, of course, if I get one, that would tell us the answer to that. And you don't get credits anymore. You get DEC, which is the in-house things. Now, see, I just got 5 dark energy crystal. Now, you can get up to, I think it's $50 worth, and that's not much at all. So that was a kind of a dud. I did get a card. Okay, so that goes into my collection. And now that's a way, without you having to invest any of your money, of adding to your asset value and building your deck. Okay, he's doing the daily quest. Now they have a season also, which twice a month, it's like 15 days. So it's twice a month. Depending on what your ranking is how many more chests you get. So like if it was to end today, I'll get 12 chests. And you start off getting 5 once you get out of novice level. And so let's go open up the pack. Now, last night, I sold the legendary that I got a couple days ago. And that's because it was actually a good legendary. He had mana 3, which is very good, very low. But his ability was to heal the card in the back of the line. And I always stick another legendary, or he's not a legendary, I think he's an epic in the back of the line because he can't be hit until he's in the front of the line. So I kind of didn't have any use for him at the moment. Not that my strategy won't change. So I went ahead and sold him. And then what I usually do at night when I sell cards, I reinvest it, buying other cards. But for some reason, I got this, this desire to buy a couple packs with it. And I did. I bought 2 packs, opened them up, and I still would have been better off taking the money and buying what I wanted to, but I almost broke even. But I did get 3 gold cards out of the 2 packs. They're all commons, $1 something each. So I came in at like 7 something. I had $9 from the sale. So sometimes it's, you're gambling, but I could have got, $300-$400 card out of it is the aspect. So I'm stocked up now. I got 4 packs. I'm opening up 1 a day. And then on the potions, it's 1 potion per pack will double your chances to get a certain card. And this is legendary. So I'm going to use up 5 potions today when I open up the pack. And then they got gold. I'm going to use up 5 of those. It's 1 per card for each one. So this doubles my chances to get a legendary gold card. Even though it's not a whole lot, it's double from what it was. Okay. And if you saw that right there, that just went up. I just rented something out. I'll talk about that in a second. That's another way you're earning 24/7 in this game. Okay, so let's open up today's pack. Now, the best cards I've ever gotten was a gold legendary Ifrit Ryzen, and I used no potions when I got them. So you don't have to have potions to get a good card. It just helps. Okay, so here we go. That's a common. That's the rare. You're guaranteed in a pack at least a rare or better, and they run $4 a piece right now. So I got all commons and a rare. Okay, that's normal. Now any of these can be gold, but these could only be at the best gold common, and that could be a gold rare. So we won't know till we flip them over. Sometimes you get your money back in a deck, and sometimes or in a pack, and sometimes you don't. But what you're banking on is these cards will go up in value over time, and I'll prove to you how they do and why they do. So let's flip the rare. Okay, I got no gold, as you can see, and that's rare. So I did not even break even on this pack. I don't know what this is worth. I don't think it's very much. But this is what I'm going to do with these cards is I'm going to burn them and destroy them and combine them into more powerful and rarer cards. Because when I destroy the cards, not only does it help me, it helps you, because now there's less cards, which means more value. And it might take 6 months to a year for these cards because they're new coming out. But so as you can see, I got 5 potions each left. So that will be for tomorrow. So that's done. So now let's start going into the money. I always start with the affiliate program. I came over here. I'm an affiliate marketer. I like to promote other people's products and get a kickback for it. And this is my URL that if you click on it down below in the descriptions, you join underneath me and I get 5% of whatever you do purchase-wise for the rest of our lives, right? And if you join, you can do it too. Your name, your ID will be embedded in this URL, and you just promote it. Or you say you had a friend who wanted to join, you'd send it to them, they'd click on it and join underneath you. Now, if you start doing this and you start collecting people, and it doesn't seem like they're doing too much, don't worry about that. That's affiliate marketing. These are what I call sleepers. 6 months from now, one can jump up and start playing. I have no idea why that happens. Something in their lives, they actually might have time. Maybe they forgot that they joined. Who knows? But also one day they sit down and they start doing something on the platform, and you're like, well, I'm glad I had that guy underneath me. So don't let that get you down. Affiliate marketing is kind of tough. but it can be very rewarding. And it doesn't cost you anything, and it help you build your account without any expense to you other than your time. Okay, so let's go to the battle page. And I've already told you about these chests. That's another 2 ways. So there's 3 ways. The DEC, I told you about the rental. You can rent out your cards to other players. And if you price them right, they rent out pretty quick. They got a floor price, just like everything else. And with that DEC that I get every day, I take it and reinvest it. Now, you could stake it, you could save it, because it is a crypto and it could go up in value. But right now, I'm using that as my building tool. So another way to get DEC is in the market, you buy and sell. And once you learn the market, you can do pretty good. I use a site called Splinter Cards, and I'll go on there and see what dropped that day. Because why? I want my cards at a discount. Why do you want your cards at a discount? Because if you buy low, you sell high. It's the hardest concept that I had to learn, and everybody's got to learn. But a psychological thing, we tend to buy things when they're high, because that seems to be, well, that's the most popular, so it's high, buy it. And then it drops. Or if it does go up, it's already done the gains for a while, so you kind of have to sit on it for a long time. But if you buy it at a discount, the odds are it's going to go higher. And then so you get the discounted price back plus the gains. It's like a double whammy. But I saw that card last night. Now that was a legendary. I got $9 for it. It was down to 7 at one point. I got out of a pack, so that really is not a good example. But then I take it and I reinvest it. I kind of gambled it last night. I should have just bought cards with it. So there's another way. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now they're dropping free Splinter shards or Splinterland shards, which is on crypto that you can see out on the platforms, on the exchanges, and they're doing that for another 6 months. So get them while you can. Once they stop doing that, I don't know what they're going to do next with it. Credits, of course, you got to buy with a credit card or crypto, and that's what you use to buy your cards. Your rating, I'm barely hanging on to Silver 3. Trying to get to Silver 2. I've never been that high, but that would increase my rewards and my money. So let's go to another way to make money is in the events. You can battle. Let's see how much they're giving away today. There's a total of 109,724 available in prizes, and there's 5,327,000 that have been awarded over the lifetime since they've been doing this. Okay. And I haven't done any of this yet. I want to get involved. Like this one costs 50 DEC. There's an entry fee for each one. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. But I've been waiting to get more powerful. When you're just starting out, you want to concentrate on just learning the game and collecting and getting more powerful. So same thing with the guilds right here. I'm not going to click on it because it takes forever to get to it. But you join a guild, that also helps you. But it really doesn't help till you get to higher levels from what I've been seeing. So let's go to the shop. So there's another couple ways to make money. You got your packs purchase. That's how many I've purchased. Now, why I'm showing you this is because you might not want to buy packs. Remember, you can click on that link below and play for free. There's no cost, no obligation. But if you decide you want to open up the platform, you got to pay a $10 entry fee called the Spellbook. It's a one-time fee. Everybody's got to pay it who wants to open up what I'm showing you here. But if you just want to play and see what it's like, you can just join. And if you appreciate what I'm showing you, please like and subscribe and join below. And that will help me out too in the long run. So I've bought at this point 89 packs. When I get to 100, which I will in 11 days, 11 more days of opening packs or buying them, I got a chance to get a bonus pack. Maybe. I think you have to buy them all at once. I'll find out when I get to 100 if it offers it to me, but we'll see. And I think it's like 10%. You get, yeah. So what it is if you buy 100 at a time, you get 10 packs for free. Pretty good deal. So you're talking, but that's 400 but some people like to take advantage of that. Let's see what it is if you buy 2,000. You buy 2,000, you get 200 packs for free. Wow. Wow, that'd be nice. Okay, but anyway, with each pack you purchase, they're doing an airdrop at every million packs sold. They've already sold 8 million. They're coming up on their 9th million. There's 222,000 or 223,000 more to sell. And then they will airdrop a legendary card. And the way that works is every pack has a small percentage of getting one of those cards. So theoretically, I could get 89 cards. I got 2 on this one, none here, none here, none here. So it's hard to get, but it's worth it if you get it. That was they're like $6 a piece right now, I think, but they're legendaries. So I'll be looking forward when we get to the 8 million sold packs, and I hopefully get at least one. But man, if you could get all 89, be sweet, huh? But probably unlikely to get that many. Okay, so let's go to the Splinterlands shards, and this is what they have given me for absolutely free. All they do is they take a snapshot at 11 a.m. Eastern time of your total collection points, and that's just all your cards added up and other things that you've done. Like for each pack you get 300 points, and then they divide that and give you, right now I'm getting about 7 a day, and they're at 12 cents. It was at a quarter when I joined a couple months ago, but it's half price. So this should be about 90 if it goes back up to a quarter. But it's just given to you. And they're going to do that for another 6 months. So I estimated I'll have close to 2,000 of these by the end of the year. And if this went up to $1, that'd be $2,000. And crypto can do that. It just depends on how it, catches on and works out. So, let's see what else is. Oh, then another way, I take that then and I stake it for 30% rate of return or APR, and then every minute they add it up. I just claimed that not even 10 minutes ago, and I've already got 0.004. So it's not like you got to wait. It's compounding by the second. So that's why I claim as much as possible and stick it up into there, because every little bit helps. Okay, so there's that. Now, a big money maker for me is the market. I've gotten pretty good at it, especially with that site. I'll go to that site and I'll look 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, whatever, and I say, okay, well, this card's down 40%. That's a discount to me. I buy that card, and then I wait for it to come back up. Sometimes it's in a couple days, maybe it's a month. But if I'm buying everything at discount, eventually I always got something to sell that night that's been in my inventory that has gone up because I bought it at discount. It's a stretch. Sometimes, most of the times it works. Sometimes you're still sitting on cards for a while, but I'm going to prove to you right now why all these cards do is go up eventually. And here's why. These are the cheapest cards you can get right now. There's 2 kind of cards, rewards and the latest pack, which is called the Chaos Legion pack. Because they're still available, they're very cheap. Everybody has one. There's close to 1 million of these. And you're like, wow, that's a lot of cards. Okay. But there's over 400,000 people playing daily. And what are they doing all day, every day? They're buying these cards, they're destroying these cards, and they're combining them. So as fast as, I think there's a total run of 2 million of these. I'm not positive, but as fast as they're opening them right now, they're being destroyed and combined. It takes 400 of one of these common cards to make a maxed out card. 400. And at 2 million, that means if everybody did it perfect, the most you could have is 5,000 maxed out cards, which would mean there'd be none of these left. There'd be absolutely zero. So that's why it's impossible to ever even get to 5,000. But what does that do? It makes the card rarer, and it makes it more powerful. Now, what's the time frame it's going to take to burn all these cards? Well, it could be 6 months, but just like in the real world, if you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, same thing. You'd buy a pack, and you were under the impression that when those packs dried up and they quit printing them, that they weren't putting them all in a warehouse, and your card would go up in value because it'd be harder to get them and there'd be less of them, right? Well, here, not only can you actually destroy the card and make it, it's these are NFTs, so they're on the ledger, they're on the blockchain, so they can't hide a gazillion packs or a gazillion cards in a warehouse because it would have to be in the ledger, which is open to the public for anybody to see. So this is why this is the future. This also what retailers and uh, everybody in the industry is realizing with this is that, like, once Pokemon sold you their cards, they were out of the loop. But here, every time somebody buys or sells a card, they get a percentage of that for the rest of their lives. That's why Disney's big on this. They can now sell NFTs. They can now sell items that, not once they do the initial sell, they will still get income from it forever. And that number will only grow and grow and grow because they'll always be introducing new stuff as the economy and the market grows. No different here. And I do believe that this is a platform that is going to be in the top 5% and around in 5 to 10 years. But I'm getting off track here. So anyway, let's go prove, because the proof would be if the older cards got more valuable, but the value is not the biggest thing because it can be what anybody wants to pay for it. But let's go by the proof that the cards get rarer, that there's less. So let's go. These are foil cards, and then there's a alternate version of gold, their gold version. Let's go look at the most expensive and least. It's kind of hard to get down there. 476 of them, I think. So this is the most valuable, which probably be among the most rarest, right? So here it is. Now, 2 years ago, they were buying these out of packs for $2. This cheapest one you can get, and there's only one person that's selling it. If there's more than one, you'd have a red flag. Let's go see right there. You see there's 3 people selling that, 13. If there's one person selling it, it's going to pop up, and he wants 30, or she wants for $2,000. There's only 83 left in existence in the entire world. That's all. In fact, that number will never go up. It will always go down. If you can find somebody who wants to buy a few of these cards and destroy them, he's helping the rest of the group that only owns 1 or 2. Okay. But the point I'm making is that there's the proof that whatever the initial run was, it could have been 100,000, a million, I don't know. There's only 83 left. And that's what's one day is going to happen to your card. Because every day they're buying, burning, and selling. Every day. Okay? So there's the proof right there. How long that will take is the big question mark. Will it take 5 months, 6 months? But you can watch it happening in real time. So now let's go to the gold card to give you an idea of just how valuable. Now, if there's no cards showing, it's because nobody's selling them. So that means there might be cards, there's only 3 left, but they're not selling them, so you can't see them. They only show if somebody's got a price on it, a floor price. So let's go down to the most valuable gold card. And again, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And it's not this guy. He's the next to last. There's only 7 of those, though, 75,000. And this wasn't on here yesterday. Somebody just put this on here. There's only 76 of these. 4 people are selling. And the cheapest one you can get is 75,000. Now, I've seen cards for $500,000 on here. Somebody's either taking them off or buying them. But there's the proof again. And I love the gold cards. I like to get the gold cards. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's go to Peak Monsters. You go through it right here in the store or in the market. And I like to use this site. There's a couple other sites you could use. I've kind of stuck to this. I'll go to those eventually. But right here is the proof that I'm not lying to you about the value of my assets. It adds it up for me. And this number is higher, right? I could use this number and say, oh, look. But this is, to me, is a very unrealistic number because this is what people want. It's what they're selling it for total. and this is what they've actually sold it for, which I go by. So 735 is where I'm at, and that goes up and down. It's been as low as 650 and high as 850. Just depends on what's going on in the market. There's my CP, my collector points, and you always want those going up. And here right now is what I'm collecting a day in rent. Now I get to keep the cards. I just rented them out because I'm not using them. I don't need them, and I don't want to sell them. So instead of them just sitting there, waiting for their bat up to shoot up in price, I can rent it out and make money. And I take that money and reinvest it into my business. Okay. And that's what I got right now. I've got 39, so I can go buy some stuff if I want. But as you can see, let me go back here. My rentals will 5x to 10x in the next 5 days. The closer this gets to zero, okay, starting today, usually the 5th day is when things start shooting up. People need certain cards to get, you want to be in the highest position at the end of the season so you get the most of these. You can get 100 of these more, 100 or more. So, and don't forget, the higher you up, the better reward there is. So the rental prices skyrocket. By the end of the season, I'll be getting between 500 to 1,000 DEC a day. Okay, and then it plummets when it starts over because then they don't need the cards as much, and they're it's like a squeeze at the end of the season. Okay. Anyway, look, like I said, this is a site that I believe is going to be in the top 5%. It's a rather new IP. It's only 3 years old. I like to deal with IPs like Disney that's 10, 100 years old. It's going to be around for a long time. It's safer for me as far as NFTs. Some of those NFTs that are doing real well, they scare me because somebody, there's no IP in them, and I don't see that they'll be around in 5 to 10 years. Where like this, I do. Okay. And I've heard people talking online and they've asked me, well, what happens when Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon come online? Good, because I'll be playing those too. Because I've played, I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh guy, not so much Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, but this game does for me exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh did, but I enjoy the NFT side of it because everything is registered and copied and on the blockchain, and it's very, very organized, and the crew that's doing this, that's the other thing, right? Okay, so the IP test didn't pass because it's a new IP, but the reason I wanted I got into the strategy on the game plan, so that got me hooked. But two, the people that are on this aren't just sitting back and saying, hey, we made something and we're going to get rich and that's all we want to do with it. We're going to go do something else and leave all of us holding the bag. Like, that's what I mean about some of those other sites that it tends to look like that's what they're doing. They're constantly trying to change and add and build. And like the newest thing is they're going to have a new league starting where you can only use new cards. That way, the guys who've been around forever can't come in with their old cards and kick the living crap out of us. Where they already kind of got that going on with the rating. You can't go down, like I can't go down to silver or to bronze now and battle. I get knocked down there, but I can't use my cards. So the point I'm trying to make is not everything might work. They'll it's experimental sometimes, but they're trying to keep everything relevant. Even they're going to even have uses for these very expensive cards that you might not need to use because you can get one very cheap that is even more powerful as far as battling. Because just because it's a rare card doesn't make it powerful; it just makes it expensive and valuable and rare. Then they got the land that's already been sold, but they got more land. Let's go to the store. I'll show you that, or the shop. And there's the land right here. Okay, they're sold out, but they're going to have more. You can go buy some. They're selling them on the secondary markets on Hive and Atomic. Oh, excuse me. And but the cards are going to be needed to craft items and work on the land. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how it's actually going to work, but that's kind of a basic understanding of it, which means you could be holding a card right now that is kind of useless to you. You can't rent it, you can't sell it because you ain't going to get much, but that card might be needed. See how they're going to make that card relevant all of a sudden? And then with the burning and the combined, it's exciting. It's going to be something. And then they got the potion store, the skins, the special they just did. That was a drop of they made the they did it with a rapper that I'd never heard of him, but think about that. When they reach out to a guy and he makes this, and this was pretty much for the big boys. Okay, it's very expensive and not very many of them. In fact, they're going for like $50,000 right now on the market. But the point is that they have now connected with a community that is maybe not would not usually be involved in something like this, and now they're involved, and you bring in all those people. So the more the more the better. The more the better. The more people that come in, the more are going to buy, the more are going to destroy, the more are going to combine, and um, you want to see things like that on a platform because I love that. I love them thinking outside of the box, trying to figure out what the next thing is, trying to stay in front of the curve. That's the type of thing I invest in. Okay. And so this VV Top Shots all day, Splinterlands, Terra Virtua, Tops Avalanche. I've never done the Tops Wax. They moved over from Wax to Avalanche. I've ignored Wax. Um, so I've got about 8 or 9 platforms right now that I believe will be around in 5 to 10 years and all that. And this is one of them. And I'm very happy with it. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Join underneath me in the link below. It helps me out. And feel free to shoot a comment and have a nice day.